Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot, and we're back for another gaming chat, specifically gaming chat that we're going to call Actions Speak Louder Than Words, which is the truth in most cases. We're also going to talk about politics and gaming today for this little chat, is what it is. So basically, and by that I mean politicking and stuff like that in games and whatnot. uh, where you were in leadership roles and what have you. So basically, talking about Walking Dead Survivors again. We just started season 3. My region did a couple days ago. We have gotten to a point right now where we have 3 clans in our coalition, and what was bad was you had a couple other clans that have been in our region forever, is what it is. But most of their people that are active or have switched over to one of our main ones, is what it is, or one of the other ones in the region, is what it was. And then you had this one clan that went by KTA, or Kill Them All, is what it was. And for the last couple weeks now, we basically been trying to get these people on our side and been like, hey, we got, you guys can come in here and be, essentially the third clan here and do what needs to be done as part of this coalition, and we can actually have like a better overall region, what it'll be then, that actually does work together, and especially in the season, is what it is, and get shit going, is what it ended up being. And the guy who was the leadership of that was apparently not having it. And this is a guy that about probably 6 weeks to 2 months ago, I had contacted, and I was saying back then, I was like, bro, because this is back when were doing season 2 stuff really early on. I was like, bro, you need to come over here and just merge with us, is what it is, because we have better tech than you guys do. Our technology is way further along than yours is. We have better, positioning here and everything else like that. And yeah, he just never responded to me, is what it was. And there's been a lot of people within our region that are all clan leaders and even the region chief and stuff like that now. Have been messaging him for weeks and stuff like that, and been like, bro, come on, let's do this already. And it finally got to I guess a boiling point at some point today, where he still was not responding to anybody. And eventually they were like, well, I guess we're just going to attack you and not stop, basically, is what it was. Because I guess there's been a knowing that I'm, in the leadership thing for the last few weeks now, is what it was. A few days ago, when we started this season 3 map, there was a bunch of stuff put out to the leadership, and then eventually to, I think it was everybody in all the coalition clans, is what it was. And it was basically stated as like, hey, here's what the deal's going to be. And it's like, we're going to try to get these people that are in the KTA clan over to our side, is what it is right now, and like have them, dip out of there and then come over here and join our asses until and then it was basically like, hey, if something does happen where they just refuse to join or whatever, like, we're just going to declare them a rogue clan in our region, is what it is, dude, and they can be attacked whenever the fuck we feel like it is, what it is, and be used as essentially like resource bots and stuff like that, is what it was. And various like farms and stuff like that, like essentially just farming their resources, what it would be then. And that's kind of what it became, honestly. You had people have to do what they need to do now to basically do what needed to be done, and now it's become an issue of like, hey, shit had to get done, and it got done. And I think the problem was, and this is one thing I realized when it becomes the difference between men and women in gaming and stuff like that, is it seems like when you have chicks in leadership roles, especially in games and stuff, they'll always be like, oh, we just need to talk it out. We just need to talk it out, talk it out, talk it out, talk it out, or whatever the case be. And then you have dudes that are like, yeah, enough with the fucking talking, dude. Like, it's time to just go. Like, it's time to just go to war, basically, at this point, kind of thing. And I think that's exactly what happened here. You had a bunch of dudes who actually were in a position of like, hey, we're cool with like talking to this person or whatever the case be, if they would respond to our asses. But yet, the 57,000 times we've already tried to do this, they haven't responded to us once. Now it's kind of time to just deal with this, what it is, dude. And they just dealt with it, what it was then. So I think that's kind of what's going to happen here. And what was funny was I was reading the back chat and the backlog and stuff like that. And the one guy's like, "Oh, are you happy that I dissolved the clan now?" To the dude who's the current region chief of our region, and the RC was like, "Nah, bro, it's not about me. It's about the coalition as a whole right now, and us doing better in this fucking season." And that's the truth of the matter, honestly, dude. It's people being dumb and wanting to fuck around, basically. And I understand why it came to this boiling point today, because we've basically been in a holding pattern for the last couple of days, or whatever the case be. Because our plan was gonna be, you have to have, I think it's a minimum of like 75 or 80 people, something like that, in your clan, which is, can be up to 200 is what it is per clan, to even do like a base build. And unfortunately, with the third clan, you only had, I think it was like 30 or 35 people in there right now. And that was the problem. They didn't have enough people to actually have the necessary requirements to meet the actual thing to do an expansion, and actually do like a base is what it was there in this season region. To the point that we were like, hey, some of us might have to go over there for like a day or two and just help them build, is what it is. And the worst thing about it is, obviously, if you're going to have a bunch of people having to dip out of their original clan or whatever it is, the game forces you to do a 12-hour cooldown period before joining another clan, which is absolute bullshit. And actually, the nice thing the other day was, when it was like in between the time of like the end of season 2 and beginning of season 3, here's what it was. There was like a day or two where you could basically leave a clan and it would only take like an hour cooldown to go to that thing. And that's what it should be personally all the time, is what it is, dude. Maybe 2 at most, I would say. But you shouldn't have to spend half a fucking day before you are able to before you're able to get to another clan, is what it is, dude. Like, that's just stupid as fuck, is what it is. And I think my biggest problem is with that whole thing. It's like, yeah, who really wants to miss out on half a day of rewards just to go to this thing over here and help out with the build and shit? Like, not many people are going to volunteer for that, dude. Hell, there was one girl in one of the clans that was volunteering another chick. So that was actually kind of funny. I think they were just fucking with each other, is what it was. But like, even still, it's just kind of sad, because it's like, yeah, man, like, nobody wants to leave here, like, nor should we want to. And I think that's kind of what it was. Eventually, it was like, nah, like, we have this whole other clan over here that could easily just jump over here and just do this shit themselves and be better off. And yeah, I think that's basically what it came to was, unfortunately, the dude that was leadership at KTA had to be attacked today, is what it was. I wasn't part of the attack. I don't think a lot of people were, actually. I think it was maybe just like 2 of the heavy hitters in our region were. I think it was the dude that was the region chief, and then maybe like one other guy that was like our like little mini whales, what they call them. And spent like some money on the game and not a whole bunch. And if that be the case, and that's all it took, dude, like, again, actions speak louder than words. And I think it's something nobody else wanted to do, is what it was. But yeah, I just want to come on and have this quick conversation then and basically say what's up. So till later. I'll see you guys at some point this weekend for the holidays. So anyway, that's about it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.